This is a very comfortable spot to be sitting in. I really like it. Let's see. I had a job, and in this job, I was orienting. And orienting, if you don't know, is essentially they show you around, show you how to do things, all that fun stuff. Now, I am somebody who I learned a lot through this orientation process about myself and about things I should have said, should have not said. I don't know. So overall, one of the things that I've come to learn about myself is I hate small spaces. I hate small spaces with a lot of people. It is extremely uncomfortable. Like I can't even describe how uncomfortable it is. And that might be due to the diagnosis, but I'm not entirely sure. I think it is. But that was hella uncomfortable. So it kind of hindered me on like being able to just be comfortable in answering questions, because being wrong in front of a bunch of people you don't know is like hella embarrassing. And while people say, no, you're like this, fucking stupid. Of course they are. Everybody judges everybody at every point in time in life. Right? You see the homeless guy, you're judging them. You see the person in the fucking, I don't know, you're judging people all the time. Anyway, yeah, you're doing that. So that was very uncomfortable. There was a point in time, I was, for quite a bit, I was sitting on a rolly chair. The rolly chair was just kind of like I don't even know how to describe the chair. It's like a chair with no back to it. And it's a rolly chair. And so I had to sit on that. And that's not terrible, right? That's not like the world ending thing. I don't know. Anyway, it's not terrible, but I didn't like it. That's what I'll say. All right, what else? I felt like. All right, so also another thing. So I was also homeless at that time, and so I was kind of wearing the same pants over and over. And I kind of hope nobody would notice, but I mean, people aren't fucking stupid, right? So I think they noticed. But the one thing that I was really worried about was actually smelling, because it's a very small space, and I'm wearing the same clothes because I do not have the time, nor do I have the money, and when I could, I would do it, but to go out and wash clothes, that's to do it at a laundromat, that takes time, especially when you're working on the weekends as well. So that was annoying. But I think I was able to swing some things. I don't know. So that was something that I was hella worried about. And then there was a new system. It's not a new system. It's just they were having me do, I don't know what they're fucking called, but essentially you sat there and I forgot how you did it, but essentially you had to go into their system. You had to go into a patient system. You had to mark if they were able-bodied, or just kind of able to. I'm gonna say able-bodied. I don't know the exact words to use, but kind of to mention all that, like able-bodied, the other things, and then essentially you would. Anyway, it's not important. I had to do that, and finding information for that was also a little bit difficult, because it was just like, you can go here to find this, but then sometimes I think a number of different things caused me to kind of either freak out, forget, or just not know how to, or forget how to orient myself into the system. And so I would ask questions multiple times, because I'm just like, is it over here, over there, over here, over there? And so I think that got annoying, and I hated that, because again, small space, lots of people, everybody can hear you, don't like it. And then my orienter did not like me. I don't think she liked me at all. I don't think that this person, I don't know, I don't think that they enjoyed me being there. I just kind of got that feeling. So that was one thing. Another thing is I came to the realization that I don't like people asking me questions about like, how do you think that went? How do you think that went? Me, I'm just gonna ask, when somebody asks me like, what do you like in a management style? I'm gonna be like, how about you just tell me what I did wrong, what I did right? Because I'm not paying attention to exactly everything I'm saying. I'm just kind of doing what the script is, or trying to do what I think the script is, and I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. I'm not evaluating myself in the moment. And honestly, I do not have the mental capacity because I'm embarrassed and scared shitless to actually say what I think I did or didn't do or whatever. So I'd rather have somebody just fucking tell me. So I learned that about myself. Yeah. System, I kind of figured out how to use it because there's this thing called Playground in which you can you are, what day is it? It's fucking Tuesday. Where you are where you essentially just play with the system. It's like fake. You essentially just learn how to use the system. You're not using real patient data. You're using fake patient data. You just kind of screw around it, and so that helped me learn how to use the system. But I didn't know about that until somebody mentioned it, and that was at like 3 or 4 weeks in. So anyway, I think one of the biggest things is I felt like my orienter did not like me. I don't know. There were a lot of different things that were just like I felt were judgmental towards me. So sometimes another person would ask me questions about like different modalities and things like that, and I'd be like, yes, no. Most of the time, I'd be like, no, I don't remember that. I don't know that. Blah blah blah. And then they would start describing it. I'd be like, oh wait, yeah, I know that. And I think one of the biggest things was like me not knowing off the top of my head was something that uh, I was judged for also. I I can understand that a little bit. But I think for me, I think a lot of the things that kind of affected my ability to actually work were just like not really having a place to live, not eating an actual meal. I still haven't had an actual meal in months. I don't know, just a whole bunch of shit. And then to go to work and then be tested on things, it's just like, I don't want to do this. Like, just shut the fuck up and let me, show me what I need to do. I'll try to do it as best I can and we'll go from there. But don't sit there and test me on different things that I'm just like, dude, I don't fucking know. Like, I don't have the mental energy to answer your questions about what is and what isn't. Let's see. Um, Oh, so two things, or three things. So when I was hired, I was taught about the SANE exam, but apparently there's a different name to it, which I did not know. And I was kind of lectured on that during a meeting, and I was just like, oh, okay. I called it this because I was told that's what it was, and then they were like, no, it's called this. I was like, okay, that's okay, cool, whatever. I'll call it that from now on. I don't fucking know. So that was kind of odd. It was just like I've never. I don't know. I don't know the lingo about people being sexually assaulted and then it being checked out by a doctor. If you're gonna tell me it's called a SANE exam, that's what I'm gonna call it. If it's called something else, then let me know. But don't get upset at me for calling it something that's people who oriented me call it. So I don't know. Anyway, so there was that. And then here's the thing about human interaction that I don't understand. I feel like if you don't know something, oh no, if you know that somebody didn't mean to do something, why? Okay, so no, blah, 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 blah. So during the test of the LSW exam, you have to, one of the questions is like, if a coworker comes in and they're alcoholic or whatever the fuck, and like what do you do about that? And the answer is you confront them about it and ask them, hey, blah blah blah. I know that you're, you confront them about it, right? And so I am curious if this also applies to things that are said that are not meant to be a certain way. So somebody killed themselves at another location. We got a notification about it. I'm like, oh, okay. And I said, why would they do that? Now, granted, I'm not questioning why they would do that. I hate using this as an example it's not an excuse. I think it's a factual part of life, and I think it's something I need to learn how to accept. I hate this. I think I hate this. I think I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. And I hate it because it is, for some odd reason, I find it to be embarrassing and I don't know. I think it makes me retarded. So I think that's what it is. And the funny thing is, I don't think other people are retarded for having it. I just count myself as retarded for having it. But I can't even bring myself to say it. You know what? Fuck it. We'll type it out and then I'll show you. Notes. I don't want to type it out either. Anyway, so that's what that is, right? So I also like to count myself as crazy, but that's more as a joke. So I'm not like saying these things to be like to question people's motives or whatever. And I honestly, like, I know why people do these things. Like I'm not like I know that there are different reasons for people doing things, and it's just life is fucking complicated. That's what I'll say. And I wasn't judging this individual for doing what they did. I wasn't like, I don't know. I guess it came off that way. Anyway, in my brain, I feel like if you're gonna say that, oh, I know you didn't mean it that way, why wouldn't you just confront the person about it in another space instead of going to someone else about it and then having them tell you? Right? Like for me, I'm just like, that doesn't make a lot of sense, I guess, in terms of what it means to be. I think a lot of it could have been cleared up just by having a one-on-one conversation instead of like getting supervisors involved. But I don't know. And then I made another comment about, this is where the autism really comes in, of just like somebody, like I said, like somebody wants to kill themselves, they'll do it. Again, very straight and narrow, black and white type shit. And like that's not true. And like I don't know. I don't know. I when I said that, I know that's not accurate, factually accurate. I don't know. I think that's just where it comes in. It's just like it takes over, and I'm like, I think that, I don't know. It was just I don't know. Anyway, that was a bad comment. And I looked it up, and I'm just like, some people think that, or it makes it look like there's a finality to it, that like you don't think that anything you do is worth anything, or like worth your time or whatever. See how that is, or I can see how that is, but I think that there's I don't know, like if you feel like there's a finality to it, I don't think you would work in healthcare, because you just be like, whatever. Either way, I don't know. I still can't make sense of why when it comes to certain things. And so I think maybe that's where that comes in. I spent way too much time on that. All right. I also don't think the PT guy liked me. Yeah, he showed me around. I think he had to show me around, but I don't think he. I don't know. I don't think he liked me at all. I don't know. I guess it just kind of comes down to what it's been for the past 3 years of like me being myself and then me making other people uncomfortable. And sometimes, like back in the olden days, I would make people uncomfortable on purpose, just because I knew that they weren't going to do anything, and I knew that they knew that I was doing it on purpose, and it was just kind of fun. But I think in this time, like I'm not like doing anything on purpose to like fuck with your life or whatever. I don't know. I just kind of see things in a different way, and it's just sometimes when I see those things in a different way, I say it out loud, and it fucks me up. So that's cool. Yeah. Can't think of anything else. What else did I do wrong? Or I didn't say? Oh, I guess the last thing is I'm not entirely sure if I should have actually told them my situation when I got hired or after I got hired. So that's kind of a thing. But the other thing is when I would go to the other hospital, I felt more comfortable there. I think it was the open space. I didn't feel like I was being judged. I didn't feel like I just didn't feel judged in a shitty closed space. That's what it was. Um, I feel like people were more open and more willing, or I wasn't as nervous to actually say anything about what I was asking. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, Emperor Palpatine. Mm. He has things that are unnatural. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the line is. If you like Star Wars, you probably know what it is. The dark side is. Oh my, now I gotta look it up because I am not entirely sure. Anyway, nah. Yeah, fuck you. I don't know. I just felt like there were friendlier people than the person I was around, and I felt like the person I was around did not like having me around. And then on the last day that I was there, while they were walking out, they opened the door for me and they looked back, and it was like a look of disgust. And I was like, Jesus Christ. Look, I know that you don't like me. I know that I ask a lot of questions that are just annoying to you or whatever. I don't know. It's you can keep the disgusting look off your face. I think that'd be nice. What the fuck is it? The dark side has forces. Oh, the dark side. Ah, here it is. Bastard. So what is it? It's nope. Let me make sure I got it. The dark side. The force is a pathway to many abilities that many see as unnatural. I don't know what the fuck it is. That some consider to be unnatural. Anyway, that was the whole Star Wars thing. Watching back the prequels, like those are pretty good. Like they're boring as fuck. Don't get me wrong, but I think what made them good was like the ending where it was like Anakin versus Kenobi. Like I wish that they would redo that. I don't know. I think that they should remake all three of those, but with like modern technology. Like I understand like the technology back then kind of made it retro, but I think modern technology would be kind of neat. Anyway, so that was all that. That was my experience. That was the whole thing. I did something else. I can't remember what it was. I think those are the biggest things. Oh yeah, one of the things was like I think this is for me being in school for too fucking long, but being inundated by liberal things. But I had to ask questions about sex to somebody, which is honestly kind of ironic. But this time it was about sexual assault, so it wasn't about sex. So it's not that ironic. Anyway, and like that's hella uncomfortable, kind of, as a dude, a little bit. I think one of the things that makes it uncomfortable for me is that sometimes you can notice, and keep that to myself because I don't think people would understand it. But yeah, so it was weird to do for like the first time in my life, but I was like, I can get over it. Like that's fine. Like that's part of the job. We got to do it, right? The thing that always sticks in my head was when Cenk Uygur was talking about expectations of a job, and he said that like if somebody's a Muslim and they don't want to bag groceries and one of the things is like meat or something, then they shouldn't be doing it. I don't know. I forgot what the whole context was, but that's kind of what he said. To go off on a tangent, Cenk Uygur is the host of the Young Turks, and he is a super duper liberal, and he's somebody who... what he said wasn't bad, it was in the context of something else, and if you want to be mad about it, be mad about it. And he wasn't making fun of Muslims, Islam, or anything else. He was just talking in a general sense about if you don't want to do something at a job because it's against your values, then you probably shouldn't get a different job. That's what it was. Anyway, and I was like, yeah, I can do it. Like, I'll figure it out. I mean, I only did one, so... And it wasn't like a SAN exam or anything. I would call it the other thing, but I don't remember what the other thing makes is what it's called. And if so, yeah. Anyway, yeah, that was it. That's kind of it. Maybe there were other things I can't remember, but overall, I've learned a lot about what I want in a supervisor, what I want in a boss, what I want in a work environment, and a small, cramped space where I feel like I'm being judged is not a fun environment at all. So the force has pathways to many abilities that some would consider unnatural. I think I got it. Okay, this video has gone on long enough. I'm going to eat my Burger King and then, yeah. Goodbye.